How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a how to care for sheep video for Farming Simulator 22, and this will show the best practices to get the most productivity out of your sheep. Now, what we have here are three separate structures. We have a sheep pasture and two sheep barns. Now, what is the difference between the pasture and the barns? Well, unlike the chickens, there's actually a difference here. In the sheep pasture versus the sheep barns, in the pasture, you have to supply food. Same thing with the barns, but the pasture, you also have to supply water. That is a key difference between the two. And there's also going to be population differences and capacities difference. So that you're going to hold less sheep in a pasture, more in the barn, and is going to have less space for food in a pasture and more space in a barn. So this one, slightly more automated and a little bit bigger capacities. This one, a little less automated and a little bit less capacities. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add one sheep to each pasture and barn. Let's see, I think yep, there it is. We're going to do one adult sheep in the pasture and one in each barn. So what kind of food can you feed your sheep? Well, you can feed them one of two things. If we take a look at the animal screen, you have one bar. You have a total capacity at the bottom right under food and one bar that says grass. Well, it says underneath in the kind of paragraph below, sheep eat grass and hay. So you can either use grass or hay and it'll give them 100% productivity. So what I have here is a trailer full of grass, another trailer full of grass, some water, and then one last trailer. This one is full of hay. This will show that these two barns, regardless that they're filled with grass or with hay, they should have the same exact yield. There should be no productivity loss or difference. And then this one should also have the same productivity. It's just requiring you to have water. So let me dump those in really fast. And then one more here. All right, let me turn off all the tractors. And 4. There we go. All right, now let's back up here just a little ways. Go to the sleep trigger area. And now, we take a look at the pasture here. 1,600 liters. Fills it up more than halfway. The water completely full. Grass in the barn, well, 1,600 liters. Pretty, not a huge difference, but there's still a little bit of a capacity difference. But you can also see no water is required in the barns. Both of these do not require water. But you can also see this one being for your grass, this one being with your hay. There's 100% effectiveness. Both bars they almost look identical. The only difference is 1 liter difference. Now let's go ahead and skip an hour and see what happens. Well, we can see the productivity went up 10%. Health went up 10% on every single one of them. Now let's skip 1 day, aka 1 month in game. Oops, gotta wait until... Oh, it's gonna fight me. Because I just went ahead in time, it's not letting me do it until... There we go. Okay, so let's check it out and see what happened. Alright, so you can see the pasture now has 11 liters of wool. Food has gone down a little bit, and we've made some progress in the reproduction. Same thing here. Reproduction, 11 liters of wool. So the barn and pasture, they don't have a productivity output difference. You have both 11 liters, but you do have the capacities difference and the need to put in water into the pastures. Now, no difference whatsoever between using grass or hay. So that's fantastic. Let's go one more month in game. And there we go. Now you can see everybody's at 100% health, 100% productivity, and everyone's at 32 liters. That's it. That is the best practices. Again, you can use either grass or hay, doesn't matter. Sheep and chickens are your easiest animals to care for in Farming Simulator 22. And if you're just starting out on the farm, they're going to be the quickest and easiest things to go after first. Now, take a look at the differences in the prices for the barns and pastures. If we take a look, 26,000 for this pasture here. It holds 15 sheep, but the barn has room for 25, so you have a 10 sheep increase from this to this. Now, we didn't show the large barn, but the only difference between the small and the large is the number of sheep. And one other thing to note is that this is all the same based on one sheep in each pen, but if you have a pen with more sheep, you're able to produce more wool over the same span of time. So, but also note that if you have more sheep, you're going to use more food per month. Whatever the time frame is that you're simulating through or going through, you're going to use more food in that time frame. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the kind of tutorial and best practice for sheep. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. That shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.